Welcome to the paper discussion. So especially we discuss about the past paper 2022 O level. Okay, right. Okay. So I think you can see the questions on the screen. So we can go to the question number 5. So I will give 1.5 minutes for each question. So this is the first question. Okay. So try within 1.5 minutes. Then you can send the answers via chat box. Okay. You can directly send to me. Then I can see your answers. Then we can go for a discussion. Okay. Now your time starts. Okay. Right. So yes, please put the answers into the chat box. Okay. Right. Okay. Very good. Okay. Most of you find out the correct answers. So I will go for a discussion. So we discuss. So this is regarding the plant tissue. So we should know about the plant tissue and we should know about the human tissues as well. So the animal tissue. First, we will classify it into plant tissues. So in the plant tissue, there are two categories. What is the categories? Yes, merismatic tissues and yes, permanent uh, tissues. Okay, so permanent tissue, one type, other type is the merismatic tissues. Okay, right. So permanent tissues we can divide it into two subcategories. One is the simple, another one is the complex. Okay, right. So what are the simples are? What are the complex are? Simple, we can call, yes, simple. If they have one type of cells, including there, we can call as a simple permanent tissues. Okay, right. So what are the uh, examples? Parenchymal tissues and parenchymal tissues and sclerenchymal tissue. Okay, so these are the example for simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissues. We have examples of xylem and phloems. Okay, so we should know about the xylem and phloems. What are the cells included there and how they form? Okay, so first we can identify the answer. Permanent tissues, complex one here given is the xylem. So answer for the fifth questions of 2022 O level is xylem. Okay. Or answer 4. Right. Now tell me how many of you got the correct answers. Okay. You can raise your hands. Yes. Super. Most of you got the correct answers. Okay. Right. I think this is regarding your first lesson in the O level neither grade 11. Right. Now we will move on to the next part. Right. So, see the next questions. This is the question number 9, and I will give 1.5 minutes. Then try to find out the correct answers. If you finish the questions as soon as possible, send the answers to me via the chat box. Okay. Yes, superb. So they ask about the heterotrophs. So heterotrophs are mostly, yes, yeah. What are the answers? So fungi, protista, they are not the hetero. Fungi is okay, but protista is not the heterotrophs. Okay, right. So here the protista plante not suitable for the answer. So plante animalia. Animalia is okay. So kingdoms to heterotrophs. But the plante, it is not suitable neither. So we can take the correct answer as a fourth one. So fungi and animalia. So how many of you got this answer? Yes, super. So we can find out the heterotrophs. So answer is answer four, right? So right. They are depending on the other organisms they are producing the foods neither. So other organisms they are produce the foods, then they are depending on their foods. Okay, right. Now the answer for the plant they can have own productions neither, right? They have own energies, so that's not suitable here neither, right? Okay, right. Now we move on to the next questions. Uh, this is one easier one. Right, right. So this is the question number 10. So try to find out the correct answer. I'll give you 1.5 minute. Okay, right. So please send the answers via chat box. Neither. Otherwise, yes. Okay, right. Okay, you all finished neither. You want additional times? Okay. So we will move on to the discussion. So what they are asking the what is the nether repeating unit of the polythene. Okay. So they ask about the polythene. So what is the name that arising the polythene? What is the polythene? Polythene is polyethylene. So polyethylene we call as a polythene. So poly mean they have so many නේද නැත්නම් ගොඩාක් okay ගොඩාරියක් poly so poly means so much of units so ethene so what is the ethene so you should know in the organic chemistry we name label by using the number of carbon we label by using the certain names okay so we use meth for one carbon okay it for two carbon. Okay. Then prop for three carbon. Okay. So but for four carbon. Okay. Right. Like that. Pent for five carbon. Okay. So this is the naming of the organic compounds. So hydrocarbons especially. So we are using this terms to define the number of carbons. Okay, right. Now tell me what is the number of carbon here. So here the term they use it. Neither. So it, right. So we can identify the number of carbon should be 2. So number of carbon should be 2. So this is it, right. So I will draw the 2 carbons. Then I have a question. Is that alkene, or alkyne? You know, neither. Alkane contain all single bonds only. Alkene contain double bonds, and alkyne contain triple bonds. Okay, so you can find out the last name of the name. They are tell about the ene. So this is represent alkene. So definitely there should be the double bond. Okay, right. So now the hydrogens, I put hydrogen here and here. So this is the ethene. So this is the not for the repeated union of the uh, polyethylene. So this is the ethene, right? So what we can do, this ethene should connect one by one. දැන් ළමයි simply කිව්වොත් මේ ethene එකට තව ethene ඇවිල්ලා set වෙන්න ඕනේ. නේද? So another ethene molecule should be come here and they should bind together. So for this purpose, what we should know, what we need to do, so we need to make a attachment bonds. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි මෙයාට පාලමක් හදලා දෙන්න ඕනේ අනික් කට්ටියත් එක්ක එකතු වෙන්න. So what we do, we take this double bond out. Okay, now the double bond out. So the double bond, we put half bond for this side, other half for this side. Now this unit we can call as a repeating unit. Okay, right. So why these units will be repeatedly come and close together. So if I take another one ethene by blue color pen, so blue color, this repeating unit is come and bind here. Okay, right. So that is here the red color one repeating unit, then blue color one another repeating unit. So these units where they represent. So the question first is wrong. Second one, that is correct. Third one, they are putting the number n. So if we take more than one repeating unit, we have to tell it is as a polyethylene. Why? There is more numbers. So repeating in number, if we have repeating units, we have more, we can call as a polyethylene. Right? So this is the polyethylene, not the repeating unit. Okay, so this is the basic single unit. So this is ethene, not the repeated units. Okay, so the answer we should take here, answer 2. How many of you got this correct answer? Okay, super. Right. Now, I think you got the idea. So if you want, you can write down these things. So you have to write down while I am discussing, or I cannot do additional times. Right. So, however, you can fill this notes. Then I will move on to the next part. Right. So, we should go to the next question. So this is the next question. So try to find out the correct answer. Okay. Please send the answers. Only few students they are sending the answers. So others also have to send the answers. Okay, right. But they are asking this question, which is the phenomena that cannot be explained by the total internal reflection. So, total internal reflection mean if the uh, if you take one medium, so that can be the glass or this can be the water or something. So, if the ray is inserted here, it should be internally, it should be internally again and again, it should be what? Reflect. Okay. So it should be internally reflect. Okay. So that type of rays we can call as a total internal reflection. If the signal or if the rays one time they enter into the medium, they will reflect again and again into the medium, same medium. So they will here for a longer time. Okay. So the fiber optic are made using this phenomena. So it is correct. Why? The fiber optic cables, so they have signal, they are transmit the signal. So their signal rays, they are going and internal reflect throughout this fiber optic. Okay. So throughout this fiber optic, they are internally reflect. Okay. So the fiber optic is correct. So they ask about the cannot one. So that is not the answer. So then we have to think about the other one. They are asked about the diamond. So making a shiny by cutting the polish the diamond. So if you take a diamond, okay, so why it is shining? Why this shiny appearance? So you can see whenever the uh, diamond polishing, they make these edges very sharp and they adjust these edges with the some particular angles. Okay, right. So why that? So if the light rays enter into the diamond, it should be internally reflect. Okay, then it will be make a brightness, shininess, neither. So this is due to the total internal reflection. So this also can be explained by that phenomena. Okay, right. Then we go for a fourth one. So the using a ray of light by 90 angle by a rectangle. So yes. So if you take a light turning ray of light by 90 angle to the rectangle. Okay. So if a rectangle is there, okay. So if we inserted the light ray by 90, what will be happen here? Yes, it will be enter, then yes, it will be going to, yes, total internal reflection. Okay. So that also we can explain by the um, prism, the rectangular prism. Okay, so this is not the one. Okay, so rectangular prism. Okay, so here also it is 90-degree. It is entering to the prism. So then it will be go and hit there and total internal reflections will be there. Okay, right. We can explain by that phenomenon, right? Now, the formation of rainbow by the dispersions of the light into the colors that is not by internal reflection, not the total internal reflection. So we can take the answer 3 as a correct answer here, right? How many of you got that answer? Yes, super. Okay, right. Others, if you are made some mistakes, you can go through your textbooks after the discussion, or you can take any, if you have any doubts, you can ask me uh, within the class or at the end of the class, or so after the class, you can ask anytime. Okay, right. Now we will go for next question. So this is the next question. So try to find out the correct answer. Okay, so only few people sending the answers. Right. Please try to put the correct answers. Neither. So whether your answers are correct or wrong, no issue. You can send directly, yes, to the chat box. Okay. So we will move on to the discussion part. So you should know about the in and out about all things about the smooth muscles. Okay, so we have three type of muscle. So one is smooth muscle, other one is the cardiac muscle, other one is the skeletal muscle. So this is the smooth muscle one cell. Okay, right. So it is shape. What shape? They have spindle shape. Okay, right. Spindle shape cell. Right. Then uh, more there are more number of cells together and they bind here, then they form the uh, tissue. Okay, so that tissue we call as a, what is that tissue? Yes, that tissue we can call as a smooth muscle tissue. Okay, so I take one, two, three cells here. Okay, right. So shape is spindle shape. You can see one cell have one nucleus. So the center one is the center, these dark spots are nucleus. Okay. So one cell, they have one nucleus. Okay. So we can call it is as a uninucleated. Okay. So these are uninucleated. So the first one is correct. They ask about the not a characteristic feature. I think some of the students don't see this not neither. So they accidentally saw the smooth muscle cells, tissue, smooth muscle tissue. Then they find out the correct answer regarding the one of the stem as a correct one. Neither. So you have to find out the wrong one here. Right. Then having the cross striation. Yes, it is correct or wrong? Wrong. Why? Cross striation is not appearing in the smooth muscles. Cross striations is appearing in the skeletal and so cardiac muscles. So this is wrong. Okay, right. Then we will go for the next one. Cells are spindle shape. Yes, I already drawn here. You can see here. It is act as a involuntarily. That is also correct. Why? These all smooth muscles. Smooth muscles, smooth muscle tissues actions. Okay, smooth muscle tissue actions are controlled by autonomic nervous system. Automatically, they are controlled by our body. So we cannot control with our own decision. So we can call as involuntarily. Okay, So involuntary movement are there in the uh, smooth muscle tissue. Okay, right. So question number 13. So we can take the answer as answer 2. Right. How many of you got the correct answers now? Okay, super. So I saw some of you didn't see this neither, not word neither. May not කියන word එක දැක්කේ නැත්නම් බුදු සරණයි දෙවියන්ටයි. නේද? Right. Okay. Now we will move on to the next question. This is the question number 14. Try to find out the correct answer. I will give 1.5 minutes. Then try to find out the correct answer within this time period. Okay. So please put the correct answers to the chat box. Okay, right. Only few names. So what about others? You have to put your answers. At least one answer neither. So here four answers they are given. So at least one. Put into the chat box. නිකන් guess කරන එක හරි දාන්න නේද? හරිද වැරදිද කියලා guess කරනවා නම් දාන්න. No issue. Right. Okay. So I'll go for a discussion part now. So uh, consider the following statement about the mechanical wave. Okay. Right. So the frequency of the wave change on the entering from one medium to another medium. Right. So what's happened? You should know here. So some concepts. So if I take this is as a one medium, okay, right? So now one mechanical wave is going to enter here, okay? So one mechanical wave is going to enter here. So think about this wave. So it is coming with 100 hertz, okay? So 100 hertz. So what will be happen to this? What will be happen to this wave? So in this is the another medium. So outside is the another medium. Okay, right. So what will be happen to this one? So this mechanical wave. Okay, so this mechanical wave come and enter into the medium. Then they have a different between the density of the medium. So they feel the difference between the density of the medium because sometimes the outer area they have low density, in the inner area or other medium they have high density. So due to these changes of density, they have to change their speed. They have to change their speeds or they have to change their velocities. Okay, but they don't have to change their frequency. They never change the frequency. So we have that wave coming with the 100 hertz again, but the wave speed is somehow reduces. So reduce or increase. That's depend on the uh, medium. So if it is initially come by the 250 ms minus 1, now the speed is varying. Okay, it can be 150 ms minus 1. So speed will be going to change. So the frequency of the wave changes not happens. So the A answer is wrong. So whether answers are included with the A, so those are wrong. Okay, right. Now we will go for the B part, B answer. They are telling the speed of the wave does not depend on the frequency. Yes, that is not does not depend on the frequency. That is depend on the medium particles, near the density of the medium, and it's depend on the medium, right? So speed of the wave depends on the medium through it is travels. Yes, speed is depend on the medium, I already told. So answer B and C is correct regarding this question. So we can take the fourth answer as a correct answer. So how many of you got these answers? So this is the important part. You should know what is the important thing. So when it is enter into the media, the frequencies will not change. The frequency will not change. Okay, right. So what the factors are going to change here? Only the speed. Okay, right. Right. Okay, right. So now I will move on to the next part. Okay. This is the next question. So try to find out the correct answers. So please put the correct answers into the chat box. Okay. Okay. Please carefully read the questions, then try to find out the answers. Only the few people send the answers. So others, please read the questions, then put the answers. Okay. All right. Okay. So only few of you sent the answer. Okay. So for this question, so it is coming as the second in the order of abundance element in the earths. Okay, this is the second abundant element in the earth. Okay, right. So show semiconductor property. So this is the very important uh, point to identify this element. Okay, semiconductor. Okay, semiconductors usually made by silicon or germanium. Okay, silicon or germanium. So semiconductor properties included in silicon and germanium. So definitely it should be silicon or germanium. So it has a metallic properties as well as non-metallic property. Okay, so this is metallic property also it has, non-metallic properties also it has, and it is the second most abundant element in the earth. Okay, right. So this is going to be the answer, though germanium is not there. So definitely the answer should be silicon. Why? Silicon has the semiconductor property. So silicon is used to make or used to prepare or used to make transistors, no, diodes, diodes, and other circuit parts because of the semiconductor properties. So, if you see a diode or if you see a transistor, most of them are made by this silicon, or some of them are made by germanium as well. So, these are very important for this semiconductor properties. Okay, all right. Now the answer for this question is answer two. Okay, right. Now tell me how many of you got the correct answers. Okay, okay, super. Okay, right. Now we'll move on to the next question. So this is the next question. So try to find out the correct answer. Okay, only few of you answer the questions. What about others? You all should answer the questions, otherwise you will not get your capacity neither. Right, right. Now you should thoroughly know about this group of animals. Okay. So first we should know about the each one by one. So here they ask about the annelida. So what is the annelida? Uh, animals. Annelida. What are the annelida? You should know about the example as a earthworm. This is given in your textbooks. Then you should know about the leech, and you should know about the what? Nereis. Okay. All right. So Then, what is the other group of animals you know? You should know about the mollusca. Okay. So, what are the mollusca animals? Yes, snail, then cuttlefish, then we can tell another octopus. Okay. So here the butterflies, spiders, they are belong to what group? Arthropoda. Yes. So arthropoda. You should know about the arthropoda group. So arthropoda group, uh, what are the, yes, what are the animals are present here? Butterfly. So then spider and scorpions. Then tell me, what are the others one? Centipedes. Either, right. So these are the arthropoda. So first one is not the annelida, it is arthropoda. Then spider also here not they are the arthropoda, not the annelida. Snail, it is a mollusca. Earthworm, that is okay for us. So it is a annelida. Okay, right. Leech, it also the annelida. So it is also correct. Then centipedes, that is not the answer. It is the arthropoda and gecko, that not the annelida. Okay, so here only the earthworm and leech. So how many number of earthworm and how many number of each? 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2, total 3 annelida animals. Okay, they're asking what is the number of animal belong to the phylum of annelida in the relevant area. So the number 3 answers 2. Okay, right. So you should know about the each group of animals. Okay, so how many of you got this correct answer? Okay, super. Right. Then we'll move to the next part. Right. So this is the next question. Try to find out the correct answer. Most of the grade 10 relevant questions we discussed yesterday. So if you missed that class, you can take a recording from me. Then you can go through that recording and you can do the questions with your own by looking that recording part. Okay, right. So this is the next question. Okay. So how many of you got the answer? Only few of you may send in answers. Okay. Other people you know need time neither. Okay. So take a time. I will give another 1 minute. Okay. So I am individually assessing about your answers, eh? So don't worry. So if you had any mistakes, I will arrange something for you. Can if you do more mistakes. So if I have free time, I will individually come and teach you. Neither. So don't worry. So don't panic. Neither. Stress වෙන්න එපා ළමයි. පාර දන්න ආන්සර් එකක් දාන්න. එතකොට මට පුළුවන් බලා ගන්නවා මේ ගැන දන්නවද? එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයාට තව මදිද? ඔයා low performance ද high performance ද නේද? So I can help you. So you have another 1 month. නේද? Only 1 month time period is available for your exam නේද? So individually ඔයාට ඕන Zoom meeting එකක් දාලා මට උගන්වන්න පුළුවන් වෙන අය free නේද? So ඒකෙන්ද බය නැතුව answers දාන්න. ඔයාගේ answer එක හරියනවද වරදිනවද මම බලාගෙන ඉන්නේ උනාට so don't worry then I can help you නේද? පුළුවන් ඔයාට උදව් කරලා මේ ගොඩ දාලා දෙන්න වැඩි. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. So මොකුත්ම answers දෙන්නේ නැත්නම් I cannot assess you නේද? So how can I assess you? Right. Now we will move on to the discussion. So we have three type of heat transformation. Okay, so heat transformation, three type. So one is conduction and other one is the convection and other one is the radiation. Okay, all right. So how this conduction is happen? So we should know how this conduction is happen. Okay, right. So this conduction is basically happen, Lamai. So you know, these all are made by the atoms, atoms, or we can tell they all are having atoms. Okay, all the things are made by atoms. If this made by atoms, one atom, if they take the heat, okay, if they absorb the heat, then they will release that heat to another atom. Okay, so by these mechanisms, they will transmit the heat from one end to another end. So that property we call as a conduction. So first, sea breeze and land breeze occur due to conduction. No, that is not the conduction. So that is different entity. So that is due to what happened. So when you take a sea breeze, okay, so land breeze, okay, so go to sulang ne the modu sulang. So that is due to when the heat is available here. So air, it will become, and heated air, it will be go up. Okay, so heated air will go up and cooled air come down. So what will happen? Always the air is going up and down, and again here there is a, we can call as a sea breeze and land breeze are occurring here. Okay, that is due to this property we call as a convection. So this is the how the energy may heat transformation occurs. This is due to the convection. So cooled air is coming downwards, then heat air will go upward. This is convection. So here the answer is they are mentioned the conduction. So A is wrong. Okay. So we have to see about the answer C as well. When the spoon is put into the hot cup, okay, so if you take a spoon, okay, I will erase here. If you take a spoon, what will happen? The spoon has made by, so your spoon is, now you are going to put this into the hot cup of tea here, right? Now you are going to put your spoon here. Okay, so this is your spoon. Okay, so your spoon is made by yes, atoms. So if you take this spoon out, so if you see this spoon is made by atoms. Okay, so if the one end of this spoon absorb the heat, what will happen? If the one end, okay? So if this end absorb the heat from this hot cup of tea, the end, heat will be transferred through this one by one molecule to it will be transferred to the another end. Okay. So this mechanism we call as a conduction. So this is not the convection. Here they've mentioned as a convection. So this is wrong. So it also wrong. So now A is out and C also out. So only the answer remaining answer only B. So it is correct. How the sun is transmit the heat from their uh, sun to earth. How it is happen? It is happening due to radiation. Okay. So sun is very far away from the earth. Neither there has air atmosphere in surrounding us, but there are some spaces, there are no any atmospheric area, so they have a blank area, what is called vacuum. So in the through the vacuum areas, well, neither. So through the vacuum areas as well, the heat will be transferred via radiation. Okay, so the heat will become to the earth via radiation. Okay, right. So answer B is only the answer for correct answer for this question. Right. So how many of you got this point? And how many of you got this answer? Okay, super. Now we'll move on to the next part. All right. Okay. This is the next question. Try to find out the correct answers. Okay. So in your textbook, yes, there is a table as well. They are given. If you want, I can share that. Okay, so I will share your textbooks. So page 616. Okay. So these are the endocrine glands in our human bodies. So pituitary, thyroid, pancreas, and adrenal gland, and gonads, testis, or ovaries, neither. Right. So here the pituitary gland, what they secrete, pituitary gland, usually they secrete. Yes. Pain. Right. Pituitary gland, they secrete the growth hormone. Okay, so they control the growth of our body. So they increase the protein synthesis and they will control the growth of our body. Okay, right. Then we have a thyroid gland. Thyroid gland, they are forming calcitonin and thyroxine. Usually thyroxine is control the metabolic rate. Calcitonin is reduce the blood calcium level. Okay, right. Pancreas, they secrete two type of hormones. One is the insulin, other one is the glucagon. So insulin is reduce the glucose level. Okay, so glucose will be converted to glycogen, but glycogen is uh, glucogen. It will be convert glycogen into the glucose. Okay. And the adrenaline gland, it is adrenal gland, it is produce adrenaline hormone. So it will be important to prepare the body to emergency conditions. Okay, right. So and we have another gonads as well. So gonads, they will develop the secondary sexual characteristic, and they will um, maintain our reproductive things. Okay, right. Now we should find out which one is our uh, question. Right. This is our questions. Okay, right. So in our human body, okay. So which one is now ask about? They ask about the um yes, they ask about the adrenaline. So adrenaline hormone, it is important when we have a emergency situations. What type of emergencies? If we have any threaten, if we have any life-threatening conditions. Okay, so that time the adrenaline hormone will be secreted more and more. It will be prepare our body to make a response to the emergency condition. Okay, then we artificially also using this adrenaline in the hospital practice. So if we have a patient, okay, so if we have a patient with the low heart rate, okay, so what will happen? When we prepare for the emergency conditions, our heart rate will be go up නේද? So ඉස්සරහට ඔයා හිතන්නකෝ ඔයා නිකන් මොන හරි if you take a cup of tea on your garden නේද? So most of the uh, Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, Ampara, this area students know about these experiences. නේද? garden එකට වෙලා tea එකක් බිබී ඉන්න cup of tea එකක්. Right. So ඉස්සරහට යනවා තනි අලියා. What will happen? අනේ අලියෙක් අනේ පව්වයා නේද අනේ ලස්සනයි ඉන්නකෝ ඔයා සෙල්ෆියක් ගන්න කියලා එහෙම කියනවා no නේ we try to run so that time what will happen our body should be prepared for a emergency situation නේද so in that time our adrenaline hormone will be released more and more so that time our heart rate will be go up නේද our yes, respiratory rate will be go up, and most of the things will be changes to prepare to emergency situation. So sometime in the hospital setup, our day-to-day practice in my life. So most of the people they are coming with the uh, cardiac arrest or their heart working is stopped. No, that means they dead. No, right. So however, we try to repump their heart. So we inject the adrenaline hormone to their blood circulations and their heart rate will be go up with the adrenaline. Okay, so adrenaline is prepare the emergency situations in our body. Okay, right. So the answer for this question is answer one. What about the other hormones? The controlling the rate of metabolic activity that is doing by the thyroxine, thyroid hormone, neither. Right. So, stimulate the growth of bone that is due to growth hormone. So simply we can GH hormone, growth hormone. Neither. Right. Stimulate this spermatogenesis. That means sperm production in the male that is controlled by the testosterone. Okay, right. So adrenaline function is number one, right? So how many of you got this idea? You got this answer? Okay, most of you got this answer then, right? So let's we go for a next question. Okay, so this is the 24th question. So try to find out the correct answers. Okay. So all should send the answers, otherwise I will not tell the correct answer. Okay. Okay. Right. Now, okay, super. You all send the answers neither. Right. So we will move on to the discussion part. How we can take the correct things. Okay. So first, uh, I will draw a transformer here. Okay. So I will draw a small transformer here. So this is my primary coil. So there should be the primary coil. And so at the next end, it should be the secondary coil. Okay. So it should be the secondary coil. In the primary coil, okay. So they have number of coils or rotations, or here also number of coils. Okay, so if I take a number of coil here in P, so I will take here in S because this is secondary N, so number of coil. So what is the potential difference here? I will take as a VP, and here potential difference I will take as a VS. Okay, right. Now we have a formula. So what is the one? NP divided NS equal VP divided VS. Okay, so that is depending on the uh, this number of coils. Okay, right. So how we can uh, take it into the I or the current? We have another formula name. What is that? So if I take it as a yes, so the potential, yes, okay. So how we can take power. The power is not going to change neither. So power we can take by the VI. So here VI equal to VI here. So VP primary coil and VP IP is the primary current. Okay, potential difference. Then VS IS. Okay, so this is going to another formula given here. So we can go through this because here they are given voltage or power, primary and secondary voltage difference, or here voltage difference and current, right? So I'm going to apply the things here. So it is 120 and 2 ampere in the primary coil. Then here 112 in the secondary coil. They ask about the ampere in the here. So I will put as a IS. So how we can find out? Yes, we have to divide it here. So 122 divided by 12. So it will be here 10 and 20. So secondary coil ampere is 20 ampere. So this is the one. Okay, right. So power is both sides equal. That's why the power we can take as a potential difference, voltage difference, and uh, in the primary coil or any other coil, it can be multiplied by the current of the that side. Okay, so here VP, PA, IP, here the power we can take as a Vs and Is. Okay, so this power should be equal to this power. That way we build up this formula, right? So I think you got the idea, right? Now I will move on to the next question. So how many of you got this correct answer? It's superb, right? So if you want, you can go through your textbook note as well. I think in your textbook, uh, I will show the part in your textbook. Okay. So here they are mentioned about these things. So you can go through and see your textbook. So this is the uh, number of coil and voltage connection. And here they are given the energy about they are telling about the power and energy neither. So the equation is given here. Okay, that equation. So you can do some example questions also given here. So you can try these things in your textbooks. Okay, right. Now I'll move on to the next question. Right. So this is the next question. Try to find out the correct answers. So if you finish, please put the correct answers into the chat box. Privately put there. Okay, right. I will be start slowly because we have to take the interval as well. Neither. So I forgot to give the interval here today. Right. So first we will go for yes. Okay. So we will go one by one. So first they ask in lactic acid produced during the anaerobic respiration take place in animal cells. Okay, so if I take an animal cell, this is the cell. So we have a nucleus and we have mitochondria and other cellular organisms. Okay, so other cell organelles are present here. So in this cell, what will happen if we take glucose, it will be produce energy. Okay, so this cells will be take glucose. Okay, right. So sometime this cells has oxygen. Okay, cell have oxygen. Cell can take oxygen, O2 and glucose. So that time this cell will be go anaerobic name aerobic respiration. Okay, respiration. So that time, this glucose will be totally converted into carbon dioxide and H2O. Okay, so aerobic respirations, they will provide more ATP. More ATP mean adenosine triphosphate. They will give more ATP. Okay, so aerobic respiration, that is due to presence of oxygen. Okay, sometimes these cells, they don't get much oxygen. What are the examples? Then අර කලින් example එක. So what's the example? From monkey, I told there's an elephant in front of you. නේද? අලියෙක් එනවා ළඟට. So what will happen? you have to run fast නේද? එහෙම නැතුව ලියන්නේ ඉන්නව අපි selfie එකක් කියලා එහෙම ඉන්නේ නැහැ නේද? So you have to run fast. So in that time, what you have to do? Your leg muscles should be work hard. But the thing is, sometimes your leg muscles will be get not adequate oxygen is there. So what will happen? So your leg muscle cells should be produce energy, but they don't have much oxygen. So that time they will undergo anaerobic respiration. So in the anaerobic respiration, what will happen? Anaerobic respiration, glucose will be not completely converted into CO2 and H2O. It will be converted to the lactic acid. Okay, right. So lactic acid will be produced there. But when the lactic acid is produced, we have less ATP production. Okay, so this is the concepts you should know. Okay, right. Now we go for one by one answers. So lactic acid produced during the anaerobic reproduction taking place in animal cells. Yes, in the animal cells. Okay, this is about the animal cell. So in the animal cells, they are producing the lactic acid. In the plant cell, if they don't have much oxygen, they produce the what? Ethyls, ethyl alcohol, neither, right? Okay, so this is about the animal cell. Okay, right. So this is A is correct now. So the amount of energy produced in the anaerobic respiration is higher than the aerobic respiration. No, that is wrong. Why? Energy is given by the ATP, so more ATP is produced in the aerobic respiration, not in the anaerobic. So the B is wrong. Then a part of energy produced during the anaerobic respiration is stored as ATP. Yes, this is the form of energy we are storing in our body. Adenosine triphosphate. Okay, right. So we can take it as a correct one. So A and C is only the correct answers. So other answers are wrong. So answer 2 is the very suitable answer for this question. So how many of you got this answer? Okay, right. Super. Right. So these basic concepts you should know. So aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration, what is happening there. Okay, right. Now, I will give a short interval. So only 10 minutes. So come around 5:27. Then we will discuss the next questions with you. So you can stay here and I will start from after the 10 minutes. Okay. Uh, Okay, I think most of you came back, no? All of you are here, right? Okay, shall we move on to the next part? So we have limited time. So this time also not enough, Lamai. So we are discussing only the MCQs in one day. Then another day we have to spend for a SSN structure. So I plan to do evening classes as well. So today evening I will inform the time. What are the times? Available in I have to see my schedules as well. Ne? So I have to check my hospital schedules. Then I will inform you most probably tomorrow evening. I think 7 to 9 or 8 to 10 like that. I will arrange another class. Okay, right, for you grade 11 students. So because you are very close to the exams, neither, right? So I have to do more papers for you, right? So I will share the screen and question again, right? So right. So we finish this question. So question number 26. Try to find out the correct answers. I will give 1.5 minutes. Yes, most of you are correct. Uh, Super. So, here they are mentioned about the velocity time graph. Okay. So, velocity time graph, now they ask about the displacement. So, how we can find out in the velocity time graph, okay, area, okay, the area under the curve is equal to displacement. Okay, displacement. So we can find out the area of these graphs. Okay, right. First, I will go and find out this area. So how we can find out this area? Half multiple by 10 multiple by 10. So that area it will be give 50. It is meter. So 50. So then I go for another color with the another area of this rectangle shape neither. Right here, uh, how we can find? So here distance is 10. So 10 multiplied by 10, it is 100 meters. Okay. So total displacement is 100 plus 50. So 150 meter here. So the answer 3. It is answer 3. Okay. All right. So how many of you got that answer? Okay, well done. Super. Right? So we move to the next question. Question number 29 and 13 is here. So try to find out the correct answer for these questions. I give around 2.5 minutes. All right. Yes, you all done neither. Right. So I'll go to the discussion part. Oh, you need another additional times. So how many of you answer? One, two, three. Only three people answer. So please put the answers for these two questions. Yes. Okay. Super. So this is the laboratory practical we are usually doing in our school setup. Neither. So we are going to check the photosynthesis mechanisms and factors we are controlling, and we are do the experiment for the identify each factor deficiencies, what will happen to the photosynthesis mechanism. Neither. So here we covered by the polythene bag. So these two leaves are covered by the polythene bag. So here why we cover with this polythene bag? To Yes, we have to control carbon dioxide, the gas. Neither. So we have to control the gas. So what gas we are going to control in this experiment? We are going to control the carbon dioxide. So CO2 gas is the uh, test for going to test it here. Okay, right. Then one bag we put the KOH solution. So what will happen by the KOH? KOH will be KOH absorb the CO2. Okay, so KOH will be absorb the CO2, right? So here, this bag, no CO2. So we have to maintain CO2 in opposite bag. So what liquid we are using here? We are using not a special liquid. We don't need any liquid, but we apply something here. So we can put here the water. So we can put here the water. So X is going to be water. So the answers now clear. So what is the answer? 29 questions. Carbon dioxide, 30, 30. Answer one, the water, right? I think most of you got these answers, right? Now I will move on to the next question. Okay, right. So this is the 31. So try to find out the correct answer. Okay, most of your answers are correct. I think you all are gone through correct calculations. Neither. Okay, right. So now I will help you to do this calculation. First, they give the preparation of one cubic decimeter of solution of C6H12O6, that means glucose. Okay, and the density should be concentration 0.1 mole per deciliter. Okay, right. Then uh, we have to go for calculations of uh, what is per mole. Yes, we have the volume. This is the volume and this is the concentration. So we have a connection here. C equal N divided V. Okay. So how we can find out? So C is, now we have to find out the N. So N equals C multiplied by V. So C is 0.1 mole per decimeter. Okay. Right. Now the volume is 1 decimeter. So it we can cancel this decimeter. So it will be 0.1 mole. So we need how much mole? For glucose mole. Oh, C6, H12, O6 moles need 1 mole, 0.1 mole. Okay, right. So what is the mass? So how we can calculate the mass? We know N equals simple M divided by capital M. So the mass, this is the mass and this is the molecular mass. So we can find out the mass by multiple by simple M equal N multiple by capital N. So now we know about the mole, it is 0.1. So what is the molecular mass here? So we have to find out the C6, H12, O6 molecular mass. Molecular mass. So we can find out carbon, it is 12. One carbon, it is 12. So here 6 carbon is there. Hydrogen, one hydrogen is 1 and we have to multiply by 12 because we have hydrogen, 12 hydrogens. And oxygen, how much? One oxygen 16, we have to multiply by 6. So altogether we have to take the sum total. So how much it is? How much it is? Tell me the total. 12 multiplied by 6, 72, neither. 16 multiplied by 6, 96. So 72 plus and 12. So 180. Okay, right. So I have to multiply by 180 gram per mole. Okay, so it will be give 18 gram. Okay, so the answer we can take as a third answer. So I think most of you got the correct answers. Neither. Right. If you want, you can do these calculations. I think most of you neither. Very well in these chemical calculations. Okay. Right. Okay. Now we move to the next part. Right. So question number 33. Okay, so they have prepared the arrangement of the A, B, C, D setups to find out the clean iron nails. Okay, so study about the corrosion of ions as follow. Okay, right. So they asked to observe the after few days nail which arranged has corrode least. Okay, so we should know if they contact with more reactive metal, the reactive metal will be going to corrosion and iron will be going, the nail will be going preserved. Okay, so here the setup C, we can see it is contact with zinc and this is the ferrous iron. Okay, right. Now we can see by looking the activity series. So how it is activity series prepare from high reactive to low reactive. So potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, then ferrous, and tin, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, platinum, and aura. Okay, so no need this all. You have to think about this aluminum, ferrous, and zinc. Okay, so now you can see ferrous is in the lower than the zinc in the upper. So if the ferrous is contact with the zinc plate, what will happen? The zinc plate will be going to corrosion, but the ferrous will be going to preserve. So the least corrosions will be occur in the C setup. Okay, so answer for this question is answer C. But if you take the answer D, the copper is in the lower part than the ferrous. So copper will be preserved. Now what will happen? Iron will be going to corrosion. That is useless, right? So we have to apply the more reactive metal with the iron. Okay. So more than iron, it should be react. Okay. Then iron will be less reactive there. Okay. Write the answer 3. Okay. Now we will move to the next question. So we have limited time. That's why I will go a little bit faster. So I will give this question number 34. Try to find out the correct answer. Okay. So here they have mentioned the bulb. Okay, this is the bulb and this is the electricity supply. So we should see here, yes, we should see here the X in between the X and Y, we will apply this A, B, and C wires separately. Okay, right. So in these situations, we can see what are the things happening here. So this all A and B, B, C are vary because they have different thickness and they have long and short wires. Okay, right. So how it is happen? The resistance, we should think about the resistance. Okay, so the resistance is depending on what factor? Resistance. Resistance is depending on three factor, mainly three factor. What is the metal it is made of? Neither. Then another one is, yes, we have another factor. What is the another factor? Thickness of the metal wire or wire, neither. Conductor, then length. So the resistance or R, if we take R, it is directly proportional to the, yes, it is directly proportional to the length. Okay, it is directly proportional to the length or L. Okay, so uh, it is, if it is the length is increase, the resistance will be increase. Okay, then resistance R inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area, or we can tell the thickness. Okay, thickness or cross-sectional area A. Okay, right, if the thickness reduce, the resistance will be high. Okay, right, now we can think we have two separate wires, both of them two are thin wires, A and B, A and C. So if the thickness reduce, they have high resistance. Okay, so now we can tell A and C have more resistance than B. Okay, so A have resistance of A and C is more than B. Now we can vary A and C because their length, one is long, other one is the short. Okay, the B is thick wire. Okay, right. So long and short, how it is depend. The length increase, resistance will be increase. So which one has more length? A. So more resistance in the A. Okay, so then we can apply again this order. So A is higher than the A is higher than the C by the length. So we can combine answer with this all. So what is the combined answer? A is the more resistant, C and B. So yes, A have more resistance. So which one has more resistance? Their brightness will be reduced. So which one has the low resistance? Their brightness will be more. So the resistance more in A. Okay. Then C has little bit less resistance. Then B has very less resistance due to the thickness is increasing and the short wire. So A, C, B, the order is answer 2, even in the answer 2. So how many of you got this answer? So you have to think about the what are the factors involving in the resistance. Okay, right. Those factors you have to find out. Okay, right. Okay. Then I will move on to the next part. Question number 35. Okay, right. If you find the answers, what about others? Right. Most of you are telling correct answers. Neither. Right. Okay, we'll see what is the answer. So this is about the water column. They are given 10 meter atmospheric pressure. They are asking of, they are given the density and acceleration of the due to the gravity or gravitational acceleration. So we know how the hydrostatic pressure is appear. It is we can calculate by H rho G. So we apply the H is 10 meter. The rho is density 1000 kilogram per cubic meter. Then it is acceleration is 10 ms minus 2. So we can calculate here how much it is. 1, 0, and another 3, 0, and 1, 0. So we can, this is going to be the Pascal. So 1 multiplied by 10 over 5 times Pascal. Okay, right? So it will be the given the fourth answer. So how many of you got this answer? So simple equation about the hydrostatic pressure, you can apply the H rho G. Okay, so you can apply the H rho G. Okay, super. The density, the gravitational accelerations, and length of the water column, all the things are given here. Right. Now move on to the next part. Okay, try to find out the correct answer. Okay, right. Some of you are sending the correct answers. Only few people put the answers here. Why? What happened to others? Please put the answers. නේද? බය නැතුව answer එකක් දාන්න ළමයි. බයෙන් එපා මම මැත්තෙක් නෙමෙයි නේද? I'm your friend. ආව හිතන්න වගේ යාළුවෙක් කියලා. I'm your best friend නේද? ඕන දෙයක් දාන්න නේද? Right. බය නැතුව අහන්න ඕන දෙයක්. Right. Okay. නේද? බලන්න මම තාම ඉස්කෝලේ යනවා පොඩි ළමයෙක් නේද? පොඩ්ඩක් මේ තට්ටේ පෑදුනාට තාමත් මේ කර්මයි නේ ටක් මේ තට්ටේ පෑදිලා තියෙන එක ගණන් ගන්න එපා හරි මට තාම ඉස්කෝලේ යන්න මම ඉස්කෝලේ යන්න පුළුවන් නේද රයිට් මාළු කොට නෑ නේද ප්ලීස් සේව් කරා නම් යන්න පුළුවන් රයිට් ඕකේ එක්සාම් එක යාළුවෙක් ගිමු නේද රයිට් very good ඕකේ සමහර මාව හොස්පිටල් එකේදී දැකලා හරි කියන්නේ ડોක්ටර් කෙනෙක් විදියට නැතුව නිකන් එන වෙලාවට අහනවා මේ පුතා කී වසරද ඉන්නේ කියලා මම කියනවා පාවස දෙන්න කියලා right okay so here we should know about the strong base and weak base weak acids okay so these all are given acid okay so the acids we have two category one is weak acids and we have strong acids okay strong acids so weak acids the thing is they are partially break and give H plus okay partially ionized කියලා දාන්න නිකන් break කියලා දාපුවාම that is not good නේද partially ionized and give H plus okay right the strong acids they are completely ionized and give H plus so strong acids are give completely ionized H plus so we have to find out which one is the strong acid which one is the weak acid so strong acid what are the examples we know strong acid examples right What are the examples? HCl, H2SO4, and HNO3. So these are the best example for the strong acids. Okay, so we can find out one of these is included in fourth answer, HNO3. So the correct answer for this question, we can take it as a HNO3. So all three are weak acid. So this is weak acid. So this is weak acid. So this is also weak acid. Wa mean weak acid. Weak acid. Right? Ne? Okay. So we can take the HNO3 as a strong acid here. So that's why they will completely ionize or completely break down in the aqueous solution. Then we will produce the what? H plus ion. Okay. So these things I think uh, you should know. These are the basics. And I will stop here today because our time is enough. May finish it. So we will discuss uh, another 4 MCQ questions and structured and essay questions on a next day. So next day mean I will arrange an evening time class, one evening time class. So try to participate to all the classes because this all the things will be going to helpful for you because the past papers are the base for your O-level examination. And if you did more than 10-year past papers, definitely you will get the A pass. Okay, so you will get the A. If you do 10-year past papers. So I think most of you are not familiar with the past papers. I found out නේද ඔයාලා දෙන answers දිහා බලපුවාම I can tell some of you are not familiar with the past papers, some of you are not familiar with the questions නේද, so you have to familiarize, otherwise you will be struggling the March 21st නේද තියෙන්නේ science. Okay, so March 21st you will struggle නේ. So before that I will try to do maximum papers. So most of them are past papers and provincial papers I will send in the WhatsApp group. And you can ask your friends to join to this class for next month onwards. They can join. So we will discuss next part on another day, and have a nice day. Thank you for your joining. If you have any doubt, you can WhatsApp me or you can ask in the Zoom meetings or anywhere you can ask. Okay, thank you.